Hey guys, it's Alex from 7th Hour Films, back again with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Last time on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, we had Sorrowful Successor, where Baron Zeppeli met his end, his long-awaited fate at the hands of Tarukas. But he was able to pass on his ultimate technique and all the Hamon energy he had into JoJo, who then defeated Tarukas. So we laid Baron Zeppeli to rest, and then we headed back to the town, upon which we were greeted by zombies. And luckily, there were other people there, good people there, including Master Tonpetti. So, yeah, that was pretty much it. This is where I say no spoilers in the comments whatsoever. This is also where I say, so we've been having some copyright issues on and off again with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Some episodes are completely fine with copyright. I get no problems whatsoever. Other episodes end up getting blocked, and I throw the reaction to a redirect. So it's sort of a gamble which one I'm going to get, honestly. Are we going to be fine on this episode, or are we going to have to do a redirect? Well, let me just go ahead and tell you that if it turns out that I can't put the reaction in this particular YouTube video, then I will tell you. Maybe I'll put a little text thing here saying that. But if I end up doing that, there will be a link in the description or the pinned comment on this video, and you can go and watch the reaction where the footage is in the corner. When you're done with that, you can pop right back up here for the discussion. However, if everything works out with copyright... Oh, I guess I can't... Well, if everything works out with copyright, then there won't be any text or anything, and the reaction will start momentarily. So, yeah, let's see which one it is. I guess you will have already known. But, yeah, with that being said, let's get right into this episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Here we go.
Well, where do you think? She's out looking for you.
What? No, Papa! Don't say that! Tell me she can go out!
So many colorful anime characters.
What's ailing you? You're not behaving right.
My sister! My sister!
So it's not all of them. So it's not all of them. But... And his sister is fine, just captured by Dio.
So full of delicious life energy. Wonderful, Lord Dio.
Oh! Okay.
Those lacking in manners are not fit to exist.
Jeez.
Now, mademoiselle, I offer unto you a choice.
I mean, I'm glad we got rid of that guy.
Would you
He
not
was weird.
care to... You control your life. You hold your destiny in your own hands.
Well, that's nice, I guess.
You fiend.
Eh? How's that again?
Oh!
Let me introduce my companion. I present unto you Doobie. As regrettably
Doobie?
I am not to your taste, enjoy your time with him. Au revoir, mademoiselle.
What? Okay. Doobie. Oh! Oh, it me.
Doesn't matter.
Hey. Oh, the colors changed again. Ah, snakes. Alright. Wasn't expecting that.
Venomous cobras, flesh-eating asps, and vipers. Bit surprised,
Ugh.
are ya?
They sank their fangs in his face, and more than just once.
They're not concerned.
How wearisome. I haven't the time to deal with any more of Dio's foolish games.
Oh! Right, new pose.
I'll use a bit of the great hormone I possess to turn these serpents back on their master.
Interesting. He's not immune? Really? Freaking Doobie.
Sister!
You know, this feels like such a different show than episode 1. Ugh, it's time.
This is something in which I will take no pleasure. We were raised in the same house, and the prospect of turning you into an undead thing is not a happy one for me. That's why I wanted you to be quickly dispatched by my knights.
Uh-huh.
But it would seem
You tried to murder him in episode 3.
underestimated you.
But I can no longer hold back the truth. I, Jonathan Joestar, have such hatred for you.
Ugh.
Vengeance consumes me.
Ah,
I swear I will kill you!
it's the most ungentleman thing.
Please step aside. I have a prior claim. It is my right to avenge my friend's killing.
What?
Zeppeli was a brave man and boon companion through 2
But
decades of harsh
he's
training.
avenging his father.
For his life,
Uncanny! In crossing his arms, he can mount an attack while still keeping his guard up for protection! An
Well.
incredible strategy!
No fighter has ever been able to escape this move.
Yeah, but this is Dio. He took all of his energy, his heat.
Useless!
Dyer can't control his hormone!
You guys did tell me these are dire and straits.
Imbecile! You dare think you could lay a finger on me?
It's one thing that he used against
Going to give up your
Zeppeli.
life like some mongrel. Let's endeavor to give them a good show, shall we?
No! Dio, stop it now!
Ah! You guys weren't prepared for a vampire.
Speedwagon! My sword! Catch!
Ah!
Dio! I know exactly how to deal with you!
Ah, it's sword
I
time.
gave up his life, which showed me just how vulnerable you are.
Colors
It
changed.
will be very easy.
You dare to touch me with your hamon? More disgusting than frog urine! Your strength
so specific.
must run out!
His cool, tough sophistication, nothing but a cheap mask. Now that he's had himself a nice, humiliating taste of hormone, he reveals his true, filthy self.
I love every time Speedwagon just gets to talk.
Straito's my name. No mercy.
Straighto, yeah.
I will squeeze the life out of you with my own hands!
I will cleanse the world of your evil influence.
Oh! Roses!
Snatched up some roses when I wasn't looking.
Ah! He's going crazy!
He circled around to the right. Dio is blind on that side.
Yeah.
Dio!
No, damn it all! He knows exactly what he's doing!
Ooh! Ooh! Take his arm off. I mean, he can piccolo it, but still. It got hung up in his crotch.
Dio!
Ah, crap.
You're so feeble, JoJo!
No. His ice crotch.
Now, weakling.
You'll not be able to continue feeding on my life energy. This means, however, that my hormone is unaffected. You
Yeah.
can't block it as long as I remain partially
There's a fire.
unfrozen. Your tactics, to say the least, are somewhat flawed.
Yeah, there's a
How long
fire.
is the sword feeding those flames? The metal blade is conducting heat from the fire.
Yeah.
Faster than I can freeze it.
Oh.
Sunlight yellow overdrive!
He's done it!
Not exactly.
Thanks,
correct.
Ton.
It's quite evident the hormone did not make it through.
Oh, crap.
My arm! My arm is frozen
He's too
solid
fast.
And your ingenious use of the flame. Truly
gotta-
marvelous example of quick thinking.
Yeah, there you
But
go.
really, JoJo,
Jacob Marley.
an emperor's reach should hormone training avails you nothing. It's useless, 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 useless!
Today's word of the day,
You can
useless.
never defeat a lion. In comparison to my power, you are but a mere monkey, JoJo!
Color changed again.
You're wrong.
Taking fire.
It is burning. Flames coming from his glove.
Keep his hand
Might just
warm.
have the power. Dio's blocking JoJo.
He's trying. He's trying to freeze. It's not working. Ooh.
I'm disintegrating, it can't be!
Oh, this is it.
Pain the bird! I will not die!
Well, what? Whoa. What just happened?
the demon refuses to acknowledge his death.
Yeah.
Dio has fallen from the parapet!
Oh! It's only episode 8.
Dio.
Don't cry for him. Go check for a body, please.
He weeps because they spent their youth together. Dio was like a brother to him. But as for me, I could sing a song of joy.
You're right.
Dio is dead. It may sound an exaggeration, but JoJo saved the world tonight!
That's the end of the episode. Now, is there anything after the credits? I don't think so. Alright. Okay. That is it. Dio Brando has been defeated. It's episode 8. Now I know... Oh, boy. Okay. Now, I don't really know if Dio comes back. But, this is episode 8 of, like, what? 300? There's a lot. There are a lot of episodes. I know that. Now, I know there's something about a part 1, part 2, and I think this first season is... Because anytime I hear about JoJo, it's always like part 2 is better or whatever. I don't know. Something about parts. And I know that season 1 is actually the first 2 parts in one season. So perhaps this is around the halfway point? I don't know. I think there's 26 episodes overall. I don't know. Like, what happens next? Like, this entire show has been about JoJo and Dio. So, what do you do without Dio? I have no idea. Oh, but that was a good episode. A good episode. An interesting fight, too. The fights in this show, I will say... Oh my gosh. See, I'm glad I don't read the descriptions because I'm reading the description of this episode now. JoJo rescues Poco's sister, spoiler, but Zeppeli's friend Dyer is completely obliterated by Dio. Spoilers, Netflix. Goodness. Anyway. But yeah. What was I saying? Oh, right. The fights have been a lot more like sort of close quarters than like I'm used to. And I guess, you know, in terms of anime fights, I'm used to Dragon Ball and My Hero Academia where, you know, they go all over the place, you know. Dragon Ball especially, you know, goes all over the place. MHA, I will say, like, you know, they're not really like, they don't go all over the place, but I mean, like, you know, they'll take an entire alley, you know, they'll jump around an entire like alleyway when Midoriya is fighting like Stain. Whereas here, this was all just on a balcony. They didn't really move around too much. And they did move around more in the first fight. I believe in episode 3. You know, they were moving around a lot more, actually, in those. But anyway, yeah. But it was an interesting fight still. I like it. And I will say, you know, part of it is, you know, while they're staying closer together, it's like, okay, well, can you do a lot? Well, half of the time that it takes to have this fight is devoted to Speedwagon just expositioning, doing friggin' sports commentary, basically. That's what he does, you know? He just goes nuts with the sports commentary, which is great. I love that it's just what he does, but he always has just this crazy, like, commentary over every fight. It's always funny. So we might as well get right into the notes. The first thing I wrote down was Doobie. That's a funny name for a antagonist. Doobie. That was funny. An interesting character. Like, an interesting, like, enemy design. You know, he's like this... He's a zombie, but he's, you know, different from the rest of them, where, you know, he kind of has this, like, mask thing on, which at first I didn't know, like, what we were looking at. I was like, what is this thing? But it's a mask, and inside the mask is his face that has snakes coming out of it and stuff. Very, very cool, very interesting. It's kind of like Medusa in that way. And I like that, you know, JoJo is so, like, adept that he can just sort of flex and, like, the poison comes out. He did it again with, like, the vampire essence. So I like that. I think that's cool that he can just do that. And it's interesting that he used the Hamon to send the snakes back at Doobie. That's interesting. I wrote down claim. So Dyer claimed, which you guys did inform me that, because last episode I was like, oh, it's Tom Petty, and I was like, oh, these guys must be the Heartbreakers then. But you guys told me that these guys are Dyer and Straits. Dire Straits. And although, of course, you know, they can't just be the band names in the English dub, at least. So instead of Straits, it's Straito, which is interesting. We didn't get too much of him. We didn't get a whole lot of Tom Petty either. But that's also why it's Ton Petty and not Tom Petty. So it's just a funny little thing, their names, you know, like Robert E.O. Speedwagon, you know. So yeah, so this was interesting. So after this whole thing of JoJo, you know, claiming the right to kill Dio and all this, and then Dyer just comes out of nowhere and is like, no, I have a better claim because he killed Zeppeli. And it's like, well, he didn't kill Zeppeli, Tarukas did, which JoJo already avenged. And either way, JoJo has more claim first because Dio killed his father. It's like, yeah, I don't buy this whole claim thing. And then we got Dyer versus Dio, which didn't really last too long, and you know, Dyer ended up being completely obliterated, as the description here says. And I did like the last, like, little FU to Dio was, you know, chucking the rose into his eye. I thought that was clever. And then we got JoJo versus Dio. A good fight. I like it. And again, it was a lot more sort of like close quarters, or at least like in a, like, they didn't move around a lot, at least. Which is different from last time where, you know, they were going nuts in the house, you know, when it was burning or climbing up walls and climbing onto the roof and stuff. So this one was a lot more contained. I did like it. And I liked the use of Bluford's sword, too. I thought that was really good, the way he used it. And then, you know, cutting him down the middle. And it's interesting to think of, you know, one of Dio's main attacks is freezing his opponent, basically. It's very clever the way he uses that, you know? And it's also, you know, something they can't prepare for, you know? Like, Dyer was not prepared for that ice. He wasn't prepared for a vampire, basically. So that was interesting. And then, yeah, but just the slicing him all the way down the middle, and it stops right at his crotch, and he gets frozen. But then they just happen to be next to a fire, so it thaws out JoJo, and then he, you know, finishes the job. So that was pretty cool. It was a great fight. I did like it, but I don't know. Is Dio really dead? I don't know. I would go check for maybe a body? I don't know. Well, go check and see if there is a body, and if there is a body, be sure the rest of it burns, basically. But I don't know. I would be sure I'd watch him die. I wouldn't let him fall over, you know, off the building. And then the last thing I wrote down was the tears. So, you know, Speedwagon explained, you know, well, he's crying because they grew up together. They were like brothers. And it's like, this guy usurped your father, like, usurped your position with your father, kissed your girlfriend before she kissed you, killed your dog, killed your dog, became a vampire, killed your father, killed Zeppeli. It's like, killed all these people, killed Dyer, and you're crying over him. It's like, no. You know, and I'm with Speedwagon when he's like, now me personally, I'm you know, chuffed to bits or whatever. Is that a British saying? I think that is. I think I've heard British people say that. Yeah, I'm just happy that the monster's dead, you know? So it's like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's the gentleman thing to cry, you know, at the loss of his... I don't know. I thought that is a little weird. It's like, no, just be gone. You know, like he says, like he's consumed... you know, he is consumed by vengeance, and now I will kill you. I love their voices. They're so ridiculous. But yeah, the whole crying for him is like, I don't know if I don't get it. I guess, you know, whatever, you can roll with it. But it's like, yeah, I'm kind of with Speedwagon. He's like, I'm just glad he's dead. But where do we go from here? Like, maybe we'll get an Aftermath episode. But yeah, where do we go from here is what I want to know. I have no idea, but I guess Dio's dead. So that's pretty much it. Yeah, with all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my JoJo's Bizarre Adventure reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.